So here's the lie you're going to end up with sometimes. I hit my golf ball into the bunker and I have what's sometimes referred to as a fried egg, which really just means that the ball came in, it didn't bounce anywhere, and the golf ball is actually sitting below the surface of the sand. So what do we do? Well, let's first start off and let's learn a little bit about our tool, our sand wedge here today. By definition, this is the leading edge and this is the trailing edge. I'd like to just change the names to more functional names, and that is the digging edge and the skidding edge. This front edge is what digs down through the sand. The back edge skids or gets it back up out of the sand. That's the bounce on the golf club. So with the ball sitting down below the surface, what we have to do is make it dig a little bit quicker. So I'm going to take my normal setup, okay, for the sand, but I'm going to adjust it. I'm going to take and put my hands a little bit forward so that I take this edge and I put it more in a digging position. When it's like this, it's more in a bouncing position or a digging position. So now when I come into the sand, it's going to dig down beneath that golf ball, and that's the key. I have to get the club face below the golf ball before I hit the ball. Okay, that's the critical thing in there. So we're going to use that leading edge to do the digging. Now here's the problem with this shot, okay? I've got a green, and then right behind it I've got a lake. When you take and you turn that edge down like that, you're not going to put any backspin on the golf ball. In fact, it's going to have topspin because you're going to have so much sand stuck between the club face and the ball. So this ball's going to hit and release. It's going to run. If I had a lot of green to work with, I'd have no worries, but I really don't have much green to work with here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure my backswing. I'm going to make sure it doesn't get too far back, just hard enough to hit it with enough force to get it out of there. And then I'm going to hold off the finish. When I say hold off the finish, I'm going to try to keep the club in the sand as long as I can to slow down the follow through so it doesn't go too far. So remember, okay, if you've got a fried egg or it's sitting down below, put that edge in more of a digging capacity, okay, and know that it's going to come out with run on it. It's not going to be able to stop the golf ball, and plan for that. So let's try it and see what we can get at. And that came out of there pretty nice and smooth, and I've got about an 8 or 10 footer. This is one of those, if you happen to get this close enough to make it, then good for you. But make sure at a bottom line you learn to get these shots out on the green, okay? And if you got to take a bogey, it's okay. So practice this a little bit so that when you see it on the golf course, you're prepared for it and you're ready for it. Good luck.